So another thing I wanted to say, and I think this might be helpful for a lot of people, and I really hope it is, because it's helped me so much through so many difficult times. And since it's something that always came to me naturally and from within, I don't know why I'm teary. I'm getting teary-eyed. I really don't know why, but maybe it's because it's the first time I'm actually speaking this truth out loud. I don't know, but anyway, what I'm about to say here is like something, I don't know how to explain it, but it's something that I've never heard anybody say anywhere, I've never seen anywhere, because it always came naturally to me and it came from within, and yeah, it just helped me a lot. So I'm just gonna put it out there, hoping that it can be helpful for some of you. Well, I've been like everybody else, I guess, through these moments of despair where you feel helpless and just like at the bottom, like you feel so like just so bad, like for whatever reasons. I think everybody goes through these moments. I've been through these moments when I didn't really have the bigger reason to be there, which is kind of weird. You know, like if you lose someone or because of a breakup or whatnot, you always get to those moments, right? It's normal in life. We go through those stages where we think we're not gonna make it because it's just so hard. Most of the moments that I had like that, they didn't really had that big of a reason. And I've been through stuff like that. I've been through some like really hard but the moments where I felt the most desperate, if I remember well, they were not because of those things. They were like, I was like literally trying to find the reasons for me to feel like that. And luckily I do not have like depression or diagnosed anxiety. But anyway, a lot of these moments when I felt like that, I found myself, and I say I found myself because somehow I was totally conscious. That's why I remember exactly everything, but at the same time I wasn't doing these things consciously, which is like I would sit in my bed and I don't know, I started like saying things that I didn't even know where they're coming from, like I'm not gonna make it and I want to go home, even though I was home. It was like back in the time where I wasn't sure about a lot of things that I know now, thankfully, because it gives me a lot of peace. A lot of what I'm gonna say here, I understand much better now. At the time, it worked, and that was good enough. What I started to do is like, I literally closed my eyes, and you know, I just started saying in my mind, and sometimes I would say it out loud. And if you can't say it out loud, I think that's a better option, because the words, they have vibration, and vibration is, you know, moving energy, and that is power. But of course, in your mind, it also works. I've done both, but saying it out loud is the best option, I would say. So what I've done, and I'm hoping that it helps you. I would close my eyes and I said, all the good beings of the universe, all the beings of light and love, and the beings who are getting to that stage, who are working their way to that stage of pure love and light, please help me in this moment. I really need your help. I don't even know how to explain what I'm feeling right now. Just please be with me. Please come to me at this moment and help me. And then I would start feeling the presence of plants somehow. I don't have any special connection with plants that I know of, but for some reason at that moment I started feeling the energy of plants, like in trees and whatever kinds of like plants that were around. If the house I was living at the moment had any plant inside, I would feel the energy of that plant from the house, and then it would the energy of the plants that I was feeling kept expanding. Like for example, then I would feel first the energy of the plants in the house. Like I had my eyes closed, so I would I could see the plant and I could feel its energy. And then for example, like if the house had a garden, and I would feel the plants in the garden, and then I would feel the plants in the street and then in the whole block, and it would like expanding. It wouldn't go that far, for example, like that I would feel like the whole energy of the plants of the city. I think even if that happened, it would be even maybe too much for like a human body to bear. And I'm saying this now with like the knowledge that I have now, but at the moment I would never even think anything like that. But just like, it was interesting because I felt all this energy of all these plants, and I could even know where there was like some trees, even in places that I had never been to. And I would go later to that place and I would see the tree that I had seen because I felt that energy. So I knew there was like a tree and the size and the kind of tree that was there because I could feel in these moments. So anyway, I would feel the energy of the plant, and that would like be the first thing to make me like calm down. And that helped me a lot. I then started to feel these beings that I just had called like around me, and it's like this very high vibration, very loving and peaceful energy. Then I would like slowly stop crying and feeling them, and I literally felt them hugging me and being here. And sometimes I even got like messages which came as like just voices inside my head. And of course, because I'm 100% conscious, I usually ignore these voices because we just figure that it's our own mind, even though you know that your own mind wouldn't make up those words you were getting. Sometimes when you feel like it's something that you could think by yourself, then you just accept it as coming from your own mind, right? Yeah, well, it's hard to tell. That's what I mean. But yeah, we got like some messages sometimes. Sometimes I didn't get any message. It was just like that vibration and that feeling that I am not alone in the sense, like, I don't mean like alone as a person on earth, but I'm not alone as a being in the universe. And that, yeah, that helped me a lot. So I hope it helps you guys. And I totally recommend that you guys try it in a moment when you feel like you need it. But since I'm here, I would like to mention one experience that happened to me. It was the first time I actually felt depression. I started seeing a psychologist and everything because that time it was like my lowest time ever. At that time, I was like literally, I was very, very like in my darkest place ever. And interestingly enough, one of the reasons was actually because my health was very compromised and I didn't know. But later I found out that I had anemia and I needed iron. Like, we keep separating mind and body, right? As if like they're totally different things when they're not. Everything is connected, everything is energy. And if we're lacking something physical, it's lacking on the mind, everything is connected. Because a lot of people will say like, oh, then if it was physical, then it doesn't matter. No, it matters. I was feeling that. It was real. And that works for everybody with anything. Well, anyway, I was like in my darkest period, and this period, okay, it lasted many months. It wasn't just like a few days or weeks. It was like many months. It got even darker when I started doing this, what I just taught you guys, and for the first time ever, because it had for like 20 years, every time I did it, it always worked. And that time, it did not. And I only could hear as if this like very far away voice echoing in my mind saying, Layla, I'm sorry, we're sorry, we cannot get to you. You're so low right now, we cannot get to you. And I had no idea. I mean, at the time, I didn't have any kind of knowledge that I have right now. So I didn't understand what they were saying even. And like I said, there is always like, because you're conscious, you're always asking, why is my mind making up these words? What is going on? Like, because there is always that kind, I always had a little bit of skepticism about everything, although I believe, because I know, because I feel, I was a little skeptical because there was a lot of it that I couldn't understand, which now I do, thankfully. I mean, it's been a while that I do, but at the moment I didn't. And it was so weird for me. I remember listening, like I could hear their voices saying like, we're really sorry, we want to be there to help you, but this time you have to get out of it by yourself. There is nothing we can do right now. You are way too low, we cannot reach you. And Now I understand, because there's a thing of like frequency, right? And when we vibrate too low, if the frequency is too different than the good beings which have a high frequency, it just doesn't resonate. Like they cannot get to the same place. And I know that now. I know that's how everything in the universe works. But at the moment, I had no idea. I had never heard about any of these. So it was just weird. But now I know. It's like that time, I don't know, my frequency was so low that I couldn't. But thankfully, the universe found a way to get me out of the situation I was in, and things worked out. So yeah, I still have moments where it's really hard, because come on, you guys have to agree with me, living on Earth is so hard. It's just too hard living in the 3D. Understanding things makes a huge difference in how you deal with all of this.